Okay, here's our latest project. You know, when I do these videos, I don't reveal the address or anything, any personally identifiable information. So that's just for the customer's privacy. But I just wanted to show the work we did. So we started out. There was an old sink there, so we replaced that with a new cabinet, countertop, stainless steel sink. There was nothing hanging on the wall. We put this cabinet up here, which is a bit tall. See, we got the plug in right there. But there were other constraints that kept us from lowering it any. Plus, there's going to be a range right there, so we don't want the range to be too close to the bottom of the microwave because it has a built-in vent fan, as you can see right there. So you can just turn that on and use that for a vent. So there's going to be a range here. There's going to be a stackable washer-dryer unit sitting there. So that's all set, except there's one more. We do have to move the vent for the dryer over. That's going to have to wait till the appliances get here, though. The owners had us put in this really nice backsplash. It's the same tile that we used in the bathroom. My partner did a good job on this. Looks really nice. It's small, but again, there's no room to expand it, so that's just the way it is. Put in this nice little vanity with a sink. Kind of tight in here. Kind of tight. I like the light fixture though. And a nice mirror. There I am. I think this is where the refrigerator's going, because there's the outlet for it right there. So it's going to be one of those narrow refrigerators. I believe that's coming out eventually, but we're done with our work. I mean, we've got a little punch list. See, I got some drywall to do in that corner still. Had to patch a big hole where they moved an outlet. Just did the floor in this closet and put a little protective cover over that vent. I mean that vent. The gosh, I can't even think. Anyway, it's over that piece of metal. So ductwork. In this room, there was no insulation in that wall or that wall, so we took out the original, well, it wasn't original sheetrock, but it was sheetrocked some time ago. Took out all the wood lathe, put the sheetrock in, and then have finished it back up, so it's ready for paint. Needs a little sanding possibly, but that's about it. Got a nice little retro vintage lock set there. Of course, we don't need to worry about the security on that door because that door right there is locked all times, so nobody's going to be able to get in here. And this is not meant to be the primary egress for this room anyway. It's the back door. Well, actually, technically it's the front door. Had a little crack that developed in the ceiling probably when my partner was up there crawling around putting in the insulation. There was not much room up there. Fortunately, there's wood up underneath the ceiling sheetrock too, so we're fortunate that it was of that kind of construction, so we didn't have to worry about falling through. That would have sucked. We put all the trim back. Just kind of a minimalist kind of job to make a little apartment for someone. And so really that about wraps it up. Got this door to fit. This door does not go with this frame, obviously. This is an old frame, the original one. Had to move it up a little bit so that the door would make clearance. We were going to hang a storm door on the front of this, but the opening was 1 inch too short. And so you get some of these storm doors. Some of them you can cut off, some of them you can't. We got the kind, they're really nice. They're about $200 a piece, Larson's. And so we could not, I'm not going to cut that door. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to take a chance with it, because then you screw something up and you can't return it, and then that is that. All right, so that's a wrap for this job. It took us about 10 days total to do this. And I also had some window patching on the inside of the house, underneath the windows. It's very similar to these windows, except they're much, oh, that's where that piece came from. Wow. Now I remember where that piece came from, because there it is right there. See, we had all this scrap wood laying all over the place. And I did not even notice that that window was missing that piece, but I'm not going to mention it now. Oops. Oh, well. It's okay. It's, you know, it's like, this is one, this, again, this is just, it's kind of like the last house we painted the exterior of. It's like, if you're not going to gut it really and redo everything new, there's really no point in spending a whole lot of time worrying about little details like that. And that's just the way I look at it, because, you know, we're putting back up wood, like this piece right here. You know, it's in 3 pieces. I glued it all back together and put it up there and caulked the heck out of it, and it's not gonna go anywhere. But, and once you paint it, you won't be able to tell. But then, you know, they're not gonna strip this wood. You know, they're not gonna do anything extraordinary. So there's no reason to worry about, you know, details where something might be missing or something is crooked or something is whatever, because, you know, you have to take into account the totality of the house. And so it's unfortunate, like we get into a situation where this bathroom is pretty nice, but look at that base, you know, it's the original base. So we got really nice juxtapositioned against old wood that's just going to be painted, against old tile that's been here forever. So that's just kind of what you run into, you know, old light with the fan in it, of course. So yeah, that's what you run into, and so you have to make your best judgment call as to how much effort you're going to put into all the little fine details, because there's no sense wasting time making something very ultra perfect if everything's not ultra perfect. Those are my thoughts on construction. It's a wrap. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate when you do. We'll see you on the next one.